Am I wearing this stuff right? Sorry. What's up, guys? What a crazy year it's been. This year has woken us all up to the reality of our mortality, which is not an altogether bad thing. It's also forced us to do a lot of things to sacrifice for the good of others, which is also not a bad thing. During the first lockdown, I spent a lot of time really locked down to protect my parents who were living with us. And wherever this pans out as far as the politics or medicine, I know that when I stand before God, I'm not going to regret having done that because I did it out of love. But as we come out of this whole pandemic thing, I want to tell you where I stand with the whole face covering issue, but more importantly, a concern I have about people's spiritual health. So with a respiratory virus, it would seem that 1 mask is safe. Therefore, 2 masks is safer, and 3 masks plus a shield is safer. 3 masks plus 2 shields must be even safer still, but if I have that many things on, I won't be able to breathe, so I will have ended my life in order to preserve it, which seems like a real problem. It is important to recognize unreasonable risks and to not take them. It's equally important to recognize reasonable risks and to actively be conscious about taking them in order to preserve your spiritual, relational, psychological health. You see, because when you don't take risks that are reasonable to take, what you do is preserve your life at the cost of living it. You see the problem there? So what's that mean for me? If I happen to be in a crowd, I'm gonna obey the guidelines, wear a mask, especially if I'm inside. If I'm outside, where the science has showed us that the risk of transmission is very low, especially if I'm distanced from people and I'm not around anyone with any symptoms, I probably won't wear a mask. That's what seems reasonable to me. That's me. I know people on the far end of the spectrum who will wear 2 masks in a car by themselves. I know people on the other end of the spectrum who are convinced this is all about compliance with the government and has nothing to do with science. You know, I think it's gonna take years to figure out exactly how we should have handled this whole thing. But here's what I do know and can tell you with surety right now. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, my spiritual health is more important to me than my bodily health. And you know what will kill my spiritual health right now? Harsh judgment. Over the past few months, I've seen such harsh judgment, it's blown my mind. I've been unfollowed by people for lowering my mask just for a minute, for a photo outside with friends who I know have no symptoms, who I was around all day. But hey, Chris, I don't want to hear anything you have to say for the rest of your life because of that one decision. Merciless, man. Conversely, I have friends on the other end of the spectrum who are telling me I'm a gullible idiot who's being manipulated by my government, and that I'm doing irreparable psychological harm to my children because they can't see my face at all times. This is the range of people I interact with on a regular basis. Guys, I need to beg you for your spiritual health. Resist the harsh judgment that the secular world is going along with at this time. You are called to something more, Christian, for your spiritual health. Listen, we're coming out of a pandemic. We've never had one of these in our lifetime. It's hard to know what to do. Show people a little bit of mercy right now. It's okay to disagree, but show some mercy. I'm in no position to tell you about the science or the politics. I'm not an expert in those things, but here's what I can tell you. It's from Galatians 5. The works of the flesh are evident: hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, and factions. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things, there is no law. I'm choosing to do what seems sensible to me right now, to take reasonable risks and reasonable precautions. You know what else I'm doing? More importantly, I'm choosing to withhold my judgment from other people when it comes to what that means for them, because I value my bodily health, but more, I value my soul. Christian, we need to lead the way right now in mercy, or we're going to be distanced from one another long after this pandemic is over.